Hi everyone, I'm Karl-going-solo and I'm pretty excited to announce that tomorrow I'm embarking on my second mega trip, round the world trip. My first round the world trip was when I was 25 years old in 1997, so that might tell you I'm in my early 50s at the moment and I haven't been on another round the world trip. I've been collecting all these Lonely Planet books here, so many different countries. And tomorrow's the big day. I'm going on my second round the world trip. I have my Australian passport. This is my third passport. Expires in 2026, so I got one more year left on this passport. I've only used it once in 10 years. So I've pretty much almost wasted this passport, paid a few $100s and used it once. So I thought I might use it again before it expires. And yeah, so it's time I'm doing another round the world trip. A map of my first ever overseas mega trip, which I took for 2 months in 1997, as I said. These are the countries and places I went to. The red lines are bus routes and the green lines are the plane journeys. So I basically went Melbourne, Sydney, Gold Coast, Brisbane. My first country overseas was Indonesia, Jakarta, Singapore and Kuala Lumpur. From there I went up to Europe. I did a Kentucky tour around Europe of about a dozen countries, Western Europe. From there I flew over to China, Shanghai, Hong Kong and Taipei, and then back to Australia. And that took me 2 months back in 1997. So I'm hoping to do something along similar lines this time and visit a few different countries, more countries, and go for even longer. In my old age, I'm becoming more and more reluctant to fly, so I'm going to do as much train travel as possible and take buses. So I'll be starting from Melbourne here, and tomorrow I'll be heading easterly direction up the eastern coast of Australia, and I'll be stopping at Bairnsdale. I booked a hotel in Bairnsdale for a couple of nights in Victoria, my state. And here's a map of Australia. So here, Melbourne down the bottom. So I'm going to try and take public transport all the way up to perhaps to Darwin, and that's where I'll fly out overseas. And that'll save me a bit of air travel by taking trains and buses up the east coast of Australia, which I've really been wanting to see. So from Bairnsdale tomorrow I'll head up Sydney to Brisbane, Cairns perhaps, all the way up to Darwin. I've never been there before. I'm really looking forward to that. And here's my round world map. Starting from Australia, as I said, I'm going up the east coast, hopefully all the way to Darwin. And then I'd like to go back to Indonesia again, Malaysia, Singapore, start off in Asia. I'd like to go to Vietnam, Thailand, of course China and Taiwan, where I used to live, and Japan. I've never been to Japan or Korea, so I hopefully can go there. Then I might head off to Europe, maybe Africa if I got enough money, and America if I have enough money. So yeah, I'm just going to be following my nose and see how I go. Tomorrow's the big day. I'm setting off, following my nose and playing it by ear. It's going to be great fun. I can't wait for this. Been a long time coming. My second mega round the world mega trip.